welcome to GGSP. I'm Rad. Today, we've got a show for you that has more highs and lows than a roller coaster that has lots of highs and lows. We review the deep dungeon crawling action of Minecraft Dungeons. And we blast off to the moon in the emotional sci-fi tale of Deliver Us the Moon.
I want you to know that she's safe.
Now keep your head back, your arms inside the ride at all times, and let's get this shoulder coaster going.
It's time.
Oh, sorry. I'll just... Is that okay?
That's great.
We're going in.
Oh, they are strong. They are stronger than me.
I'm coming. I got distracted by shiny things.
Ah!
Oh, so many.
The witch! No!
Ooh, what's that? Gimme.
Victory.
Nailed it.
Hey!
Our new Minecraft story starts when a soon-to-be villain is pushed aside by his clan of illagers. That's villagers without the V.
It was a time of great adventure.
When this lone illager stumbles upon the Orb of Dominance, he is granted power beyond his wildest dreams. But of course, he wields that power evilly, so it's up to you to stop the arch-illager and put an end to his reign of terror. Aside from all the whimsical storytelling, this is your basic dungeon crawling affair. And if you're a little confused as to what a dungeon crawler is, let me just explain to you what it means in Minecraft Dungeons. The game is split up into 10 levels, or dungeons. Each is a labyrinth of mobs and secrets to uncover, as well as a constant stream of loot to pick up. You'll be cutting down all manner of Minecraft foe, from skeletons and zombies to the ever-irritating creeper. Creeper!
Oh, no!
You can switch between a melee weapon and ranged attack on the fly, as well as make use of a variety of wacky artifact items, from firework arrows to a bone that summons a puppy pal. It's always an exhilarating rush seeing that final glowing door as you limp away from the battle that just took place. But before you dive back in, you might want to see what loot you've brought back home. Yes, loot. Glorious loot.
Ooh, money.
Better bow.
Whether cutting down a mob or opening a chest, each piece you receive is entirely randomized. So you could get a rubbish piece of armor in the hardest of levels. Or in my case, a diamond pickaxe in my second level. Both weapons and armor can be enchanted with a power buff too, adding flaming arrows to your crossbow or an extra strike of a sword. Whilst most dungeon crawlers will have individual classes to choose from, here you can rearrange your loadout as many times as you want, allowing you to swap between being a warrior, berserker, or scout at the click of a button. There's a lot of gear management to be done here to really perfect your playstyle, but it never feels overly complex or intimidating. But what's the point of fast bows and sharp swords if there's no villains to defeat? And Minecraft Dungeons actually introduces some new tricky terrors too. You've still got the usual suspects, with the Endermen still being just the worst. But there's also the new big bad redstone golem, plus a plethora of illager classes to break you down. Worst of all being the evoker, who'll spawn a bunch of fang traps and send some demon pixies after you. Mojang Studios never failed to find some new level of terror to introduce, and this game is no different. Once you finish the main campaign, there's 2 additional tiers of difficulty to unlock for each level. The harder the level, the better the loot. But be warned, if you dive into a dungeon that requires a drastically higher power level than you have, you, my friend, are going to have a bad time. So if you've really gotten stuck, maybe it's time to enlist a friend, because this is not a purely solo experience. In fact, it's often better to play with a friend. So Rad, I'm gonna bring you into the game and into the review.
Hi!
Hey Rad, so what was it like to play Minecraft Dungeons alongside such a pro?
Oh, well, Will, it was an absolute honor carrying you through each and every single level.
Wait, what?
Probably due to the familiarity of the world of Minecraft, I found myself almost instantly enjoying the poppy and fast-paced thrill of combat. Plus, it looks so good. Surely Minecraft should just look this good all the time. And of course, it's always a playful experience jumping into an online game with friends.
Playful is certainly a choice word. The bombardment of enemies and explosion of colour definitely resulted in some tense and also loud moments.
It is fun. That was actually fun.
Oh, they're back again. Oh, there was something.
Spiders!
Oh my goodness. That's too much too fast.
What are you doing?
Oh, get out.
I'm leaving you all behind.
Though I will say, I would have enjoyed a bit more depth and focus on team play. The gameplay doesn't change all that much with additional players. The goal is still to just knock everything down until you reach the door. It never really seems like you're specifically acting as a team, as there's no combo abilities or ways to chain attacks.
No one let me get hit. This key's really temperamental.
I feel like not getting hit is your business.
Unfortunately, the loot system in co-op will also drive a bit of a wedge between your crew. With a constant flurry of loot dropping on screen, the game will reserve a piece for each player. Meaning, I can't pick up Will's loot and he can't pick up mine. Which is fine until Will gets like 6 legendary bows and I'm stuck with my low-level wolf armor. And to make matters worse, there doesn't seem to be a way to trade loot between players. So, more often than not, someone is going to seem a little overpowered.
Need another one.
It feels like it goes against a lot of what Minecraft is all about.
Just get gems.
We're supposed to be in this together, right?
Absolutely. I mean, how are we supposed to take down this pesky arch-illager if one of us is still stuck swinging a wooden pickaxe?
Yeah, and I get that it's probably to stop high-level players giving low-level players a bunch of really powerful gear. But there are other ways to deal with those problems, like having level requirements on gear, for example.
Well, on the topic of loot, there's something quite adorable added to Minecraft Dungeons. Certain pieces of loot come with a little friend, like the cave crawler armor and its pet bat, or this bundle of wheat that'll summon a llama. So you, along with your teammates, can assemble a band of merry mobs. Running into battle with a team of critters is such a fun addition.
Another fun addition is the nighttime mode. When one of your teammates gets knocked down, everything gets darker and the mob count increases. So whilst you're trying to revive your friend, you're also getting ambushed by all manner of baddies.
Help, Rat.
I'm coming, guys. Oh, I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
don't.
Nope.
Oh, nighttime is not fun. Ah!
It's a cool way to bring in one of Minecraft's staple terrors, nighttime. And it gives you more to do.
And if there's one thing this game needs, it's more to do. I mean, Rad, what do you think of when I say Minecraft?
The way the map stretches endlessly with lots of secrets to uncover and all the adorable mobs, and of course, tending to my crops.
Exactly, mining and crafting, and weirdly, they're not here in Minecraft Dungeons. Despite setting a level in a literal mineshaft, at no point do you actually get to dig into a wall. Plus, the crafting table found in the hub world is completely useless. Just give me some blocks to mine in each level or trees to cut down, with the loot earned going towards craftable items. It just feels like a major component of Minecraft that's not being used here.
Oh, imagine if you could take a basic pickaxe and break it down, get a bunch of materials, and then use them to craft a better weapon. That would be really cool. It just feels like they missed out on some potential depth here. Each dungeon is still a joy to battle your way through, and juggling your weapons and power-ups is certainly a bit of fun. But this just feels like the baseline of what a dungeon crawler could be. So I'm giving Minecraft Dungeons 3 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, I really can't see myself coming back to this just for the harder difficulties. But my first run through was such a grand old time, and just like normal Minecraft, I'm sure there'll be a string of updates adding some pretty cool things. So I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Welcome to The Scoop, your weekly dose of Darren-approved gaming news. Let's get stuck in. Starting with the news that the iconic arcade classic Pac-Man recently turned 40. As part of the anniversary celebrations, tech company Nvidia used its artificial intelligence model to replicate the game with neural networks. Oh, AI, is there anything you can't do? A new Pac-Man title called Pac-Man Live Studio was also announced, as well as some Pac-Man DLC for Minecraft. Both will feature maze editors. 40 years of Pac-Man. He really looks amazing for his age. Moving on to the news of Australian artist Nathan Beard, who has created a unique art exhibition experience in Animal Crossing. Initially, Beard's art show was conceived as a physical exhibition for First Draft Gallery in Sydney. But when COVID-19 restrictions caused its early closure, he brought his real-life art practice to Animal Crossing's virtual world instead. He even shared his island dodo code for visitors to view the works in-game last weekend. Oh, so creative. Another story doing the rounds in the gaming newsosphere is the report that US Customs and Border Protection recently seized more than 80,000 counterfeit Pokemon figurines. If they were the genuine article, they're said to be worth around $600,000. Wow. Unless, perhaps, they were just all Ditto figurines, taking the form of other Pokemon. You know, 'cause that's what Dittos do. I crack myself up. Finally, Kerbin, we have a problem. The sequel to Space Simulator Kerbal Space Program has once again been delayed. These have been challenging times for large projects, so it's not surprising they may need some extra time. The game is now due to launch closer to the end of 2021. But the original Kerbal Space Program is still receiving some attention. The game's publisher, Private Division, has teamed up with the European Space Agency for the Shared Horizons free update. Due out on PC in July, it adds new missions to the game based on real-world space missions and experiments. And now for the extra scoop! This week, please enjoy these photos of cute cats cosplaying as Animal Crossing's Tom Nook. Aww. Hopefully they won't start asking their owners for bell payments. Well, that's all we have for the scoop this week. And so it games. That sign-off was okay.
I once said that there were two kinds of space games. Ones that made you want to go to space, and ones that made you fear it. The post-apocalyptic sci-fi thriller Deliver Us the Moon is definitely one for the second column.
Today we find ourselves at a crossroads.
It's no secret that I love a good story. Ones with twists and turns, heart and soul. And of course, the occasional punch to the feels for good measure. Deliver Us the Moon delivers just that. Before we jump in though, a fair warning that this game is more suited to older spawnlings as it can get a bit scary. So just make sure to check in with your grown-ups before jumping in. You play as a lone astronaut who, after the Earth has all but fallen to crippling environmental damage, is tasked with bringing energy back to Earth by travelling to a developed moon base and reactivating a powerful machine called the MPT. The catch is, no one has heard from this base in 5 years. It's this drive to uncover the truth of what happened to these people that keeps you pushing forward for the first little while. Initially, there isn't a great deal to do outside of moving around canisters and exploring the abandoned station. There are also a few environmental puzzles, but the majority are pretty cut and dry. Still, there's an undeniable spine-tingling creepiness to the whole experience as you wander around. Listening to the creaks and groans of machinery, I could never fully shake this lingering fear that something was creeping around every corner. As you unravel this web of secrets and lies, you're really taken for a spin, sometimes literally. There are these long stretches of slow, methodical investigation as you move throughout the station, both on foot and behind the wheel. Then suddenly you're fighting for your life in the vacuum of space, stealthing around zappy happy robots, and trying not to crash a train car under the pressure of QuickTime events. rapid changes in pace and style are jarring, and I don't expect they'll sit right with everyone, but within the context of the story, I was able to tolerate them. Certainly kept me on my toes, that's for sure. But such chaos is balanced out with the occasional gesture of goodwill, such as a small guitar solo, or acquiring the cutest little robot buddy. With your ASE drone, you can take remote control and use it to open electronic locks and explore areas you'd otherwise be unable to reach. It also allows you to see snapshots of the past, giving you little glimpses of the lives of the people on the station around the time of the incident. It's the humanizing of these characters that really contributed to just how hard this game hit me. And oh boy, it was not pulling any punches.
You'll make it to Tombo. You'll make it, Sarah.
I really felt the struggle of each and every one of them as their personalities and agendas became more and more clear. Without spoiling the big secret, I will say there was not a dry eye in the house as I watched those credits roll. I do feel that at times, Deliver Us the Moon is trying to cover too many bases within its gameplay, particularly in the final stretch, but everything else works so well that I didn't really mind. The atmosphere is expertly crafted. The voice acting is superb and carries so much emotion and conviction.
It's the only way I could help him, even if he'd hate me for it.
And the story has stuck with me long after I finished. To put it simply, I loved it. So I'm giving Deliver Us the Moon 5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Alrighty, there are tons of questions in the Ask SP inbox this week, and dare I say, I'm gonna have a ton of fun answering them. So let's get it rolling with this video question from Amy. Hi, I'm Amy. 2 questions. 1. Have you heard any new gossip about Breath of the Wild 2 or possibly a Legend of Zelda movie coming out? 2. Why do you think Link never speaks? In my opinion he is deaf just like me. Bye! Thanks so much for the great video, Amy, and to answer your question, we've enlisted the help of Tanya, an Auslan interpreter. Hey Tanya! Now to your first question about any gossip about the Breath of the Wild sequel. All I really know is what we saw in that teaser trailer that came out last year. It's worth mentioning that this game isn't classified yet, so keep an eye out for when that is available. I wonder if Nintendo are thinking of launching it when the new next-gen consoles for Xbox and PlayStation are due out at the end of the year, though that's just a thought. As for a Legend of Zelda movie, that could be incredible, if done well. Perhaps a live-action Zelda movie with some beautiful real-life landscapes and some cool CGI monsters and things. Or maybe an animated movie. There are so many great stories and environments to explore. But I haven't heard anything official or any solid rumors about it just yet, so for now, it's but a dream. Though, let's just hope any future Legend of Zelda adaptations improve on that animated series from the late 80s. That was pretty poorly received, and I can see why. As for why I think Link never speaks, I actually really like your idea that it's because he's deaf, though another possibility is that the creators wanted Link to be what's known as a silent protagonist. In video games, that's where the main playable character rarely speaks or has little to no dialogue, aside from maybe a noise, grunt, or exclamation from time to time. In some early video games, it was often due to technical reasons that characters didn't speak. But some argue that having a silent protagonist allows players to create their own interpretation of the character, or even imagine themselves in the character's position. It can make the whole experience feel more immersive. You can really put yourself into their shoes, or maybe boots in Link's case. Alright, I hope that answers your questions, Amy, and thanks, Tanya. Oh, would you like to stick around while we answer the rest of the questions? Great! Alright, let's move on to this question from Zong in Sydney. Hi, Good Game Spawn Point. How do you get the golden poltergust in Luigi's Mansion 3? Thanks, Zong. Oh, I think Darren might like to answer this one. I'll just get him on the line.
Hello, Darren speaking!
Hey Darren, I've got a question here from Zong. He wants to know how to get the golden poltergust in Luigi's Mansion 3.
Well, in order to obtain the golden poltergust, otherwise known as the poltergust type G, you must first complete all the in-game achievements. So, that's all of the collection, hotel, battle, and scare-scraper objectives listed in the log, which is available via Professor Egad's hotline. Once you've completed them all, the Poltergust Type G will be available as a special item in the lab gallery. Good as gold.
Ah, great. Well, that's easier said than done though, right, Darren?
It requires great dedication to collecting and ghost busting indeed, but it's no problem for me. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Well, thanks, Darren. I'll catch you later.
So long. Who you gonna call? Darren!
All right, well, I think we have time for one more query, so here's a video from David.
Hello GGSP, my name is David and I'm 11 years old. Do you recommend any iPad games that are similar to Machinarium? Thank you.
Thanks, David. Machinarium, what a great little point-and-click adventure game about a little robot who finds itself tossed out with the trash. Oh, well, if you're after similar games for the iPad, there's always Choo-Choo, which Rad live-streamed a few years back. It's a little odd. But it's from the same developer, Amanita Design. And the art style is pretty nifty too. Also from the same developers are games like the funny little card game Pilgrims, Botanicula, an imaginative adventure game full of zany creatures, and Samarost, another point-and-click adventure, this time about a space gnome. Amanita's games have such great personality and style, so definitely seek those out. And they've also got a new spooky-looking game called Creaks due out later this year. Though currently it says it's for PC and consoles, so I'm not sure if it will be available for iPad. Others you might enjoy include Broken Age, which is also a point-and-click adventure and features the voices of Elijah Wood and Jack Black. The handcrafted worlds of Loom and Lumino City might take your fancy, as well as Karma Incarnation 1. All games that delight in the weird and wonderful with some stunning art and nice puzzling. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today, but if you have a question for us, go here to send it in, and if it's a video question we use on the show, we'll send you some cool GGSP loot like stickers and beanies and things. It's real cool. Oh, and thanks, Tanya. Bye. That was fun. That was like a meta-ton of fun. Though that's an Undertale character, so I don't know if that really works as a unit of measurement.
Well, there it is, you're done. That's all the GGSP we can manage. Until next week, of course, where we'll be reviewing the build-your-own platforming fun of Levelhead. And visit the premier sports video game developer in Australia, Big Ant Studios.
I'll be in the suit with a bunch of these little balls all over it, running around, pretending to play tennis shots and everything.
But before we leave, if you need just a little more GGSP right now, then make sure to check out the ABC Me app, where Rad looks at the interplanetary city building of Before We Leave. But now we are leaving, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. Gem out.
Au revoir, well out.
Later, alligators. Rat out.